Wow. Okay. So games just ended a couple minutes ago. Watching the tail end of these other afternoon games that are not particularly interesting to us. Not anymore. Nothing's really all that interesting to us anymore. But yeah, it's gutting, guys. That was gutting. And it was gutting because the team showed up and played really hard. They played a good honest game. A lot of players did some really good things out there today, and I uh I can take something away from that for sure. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not here to act like nothing matters because we lost the game, but that one hurts. That one hurts. This video is powered by BetUS. More on them a little later. And that might be it. Obviously, Arizona could help us out next week and keep us alive, but I mean, Arizona's eliminated now. Who knows if they're even gonna be in it next week mentally? And we have to beat the Bears, which I think we will, but I can't even think about that right now. I just it's a frustrating game because unlike last week where the team just kind of showed up to the stadium and flopped around, there was a lot of good stuff out there. And even some of the bad stuff, I have to say, they tried, they played hard, they gave effort. A lot easier for me to take that than take whatever it is that I had to take last week. But at the same time, it's like you had every opportunity to win this game and felt like you ended up losing the stupidity battle. Penalties, really one turnover because the second one was the game was over basically. Um, that kind of stuff. I mean, you got a rookie head coach. You can't be shocked by any of it, but that doesn't make it any more fun to watch, and it doesn't make it any more fun to know that it probably cost you a shot at the playoffs in Week 18 because of the way things are likely to go over the next week. Because this game was very winnable. We were right there. We had a lead with 4 minutes left. Defense couldn't get a stop. Let the Vikings go down the field in what was like 25 game seconds, it felt like. And then the offense, I mean, they drive down into field goal range, I guess, although apparently not. And you're that short on it, and it's hard to not get hung up on the mistakes. But my number one thing coming out of this game is, in terms of like negative stuff, Ryan Grubb cannot be here next year. I got to come down hard on that. Like, Ryan Grubb, you got to go. You got to go. I don't care if you go this week. We got 2 games left. We may as well play it out, but you're unbelievable, dude. And I guess we'll go ahead and just start there. Start with the offense because, look, it was high variance, right? Geno Smith made some great plays. Also put the ball in harm's way a few times. The interception in the first half was bad. He threw a couple other balls that were bad, although I will say if any quarterback in the NFL deserves to get bailed out of a couple of bad throws this year, it's Geno. He gets bailed out of nothing, and he ends up with interceptions on plays where he didn't do anything wrong. So I'm not here to say that he doesn't deserve to have a ball bounce his way a few times in a game. But it was high variance, right? You got some really great stuff from him. You got some really bad stuff from him. And at the end of the game, I think you can say he played well enough to win. Maybe not well enough to win the game by himself. Offensive line, I thought they blocked pretty well, but then you had penalties, and then they let up a couple of pressures and sacks at the most inopportune moments. So you take the good with the bad with a young team, but we needed a little bit more good to actually win. Before I go any further, though, I want to tell you about my friends over at BetUS. You can head on over there right now, bet on this Sunday night football game that starts about an hour from me recording this video. Still a little bit of time to get over there and throw down a bet. You can bet money line, point spread, totals, game props. You can bet on Monday Night Football tomorrow. You can bet on college football, basketball, hockey, whatever you want to bet on pretty much in the sports world, you can do it over here at BetUS. Promo code YouTube150 will get you a 150% deposit bonus on your first deposit up to $2,000 and a 125% deposit bonus on your next 2 deposits up to $2,000. So it's the best online sportsbook and casino you can find. Get on over there, get your free money, get to some sports betting, go have some fun. Okay. But yeah, the offensive line, it could have been worse, right? 2 sacks on Geno. He got pressured a ton, but he only got hit a handful of times. I can live with that. Got a little bit sloppy late in the game. Can't really live with all the penalties, though. You're at home and you've got like 4 false start penalties. Just can't happen. That can't happen. Ken Walker, I know he didn't really get the ball that much in this game, and that's not his fault, but there was one play early in this game where he caught a pass, had an easy first down right in front of him, could have gone to the left. Instead, he goes right into the defender for some reason. 3rd and 2, we don't keep the drive alive. And it's like, what are you looking at, Ken Walker? We need that first down there. Maybe that's a different game if he gets that first down. I don't know. If we don't go 3 and out deep in our own territory and we get that first down on that play, I don't know what happens. Right? I'll give it up to JSN. I thought JSN played a really good all-around game. Can't really complain about anything there, especially because the Vikings, I guess it was legal for them to tackle him when the ball was in the air and not get penalized for it. So I guess the NFL changed their rules right before this game, and he just has to deal with that. I can't really say that's his fault. So JSN played through it, played a good game. Technically had 100 yards from scrimmage. Pretty happy with that. DK made a couple big plays in this game, but then you see that play at the end, man, where he just rounds the route off. And look, the game's over. But what's he doing on that play? Like, this is the stuff that gives legitimate ammunition to the people who don't want DK here anymore. I hate to say it, because I am one of the people who wants DK here. But that was a really bad look at a really important moment of this game. And maybe the game was already over, but you don't play like that. Like, go back and watch that play where Geno throws the second interception in pseudo garbage time, like panic time. And you're just like, what's he doing? What's he thinking there? What's the mentality? So you get some good from DK, but you also get some bad. And he's one of the veterans. Sorry if you can hear my dog back there, by the way, but he's one of the veterans. Why is he the one making these mistakes? Okay, we'll get to him later, but Byron Murphy made a massive mistake in this game, probably more than any one play cost us this win. He's 21 years old, or 22. He's a rookie. He just got here. Okay, I can live with that. But you're a veteran now, dude. You're on your 2nd contract. You're going to get a 3rd at some point in the next year or 2. So why are you the one making that mistake? Yeah, like the offense. Look, they put up 24 points on this Vikings defense. I predicted 13. Vikings defense gives up an average of 18 points per game. And we didn't have any like super short fields or anything like that. So, as a fan, I have to look at that and go, yeah, they exceeded expectations. They put up points. Now, that doesn't take away from the mistakes, but hard for me to put this game on the offense necessarily, but I can blame somebody who was a part of the reason why the offense didn't do even more. And again, that has to be Ryan Grubb. And, I've been back and forth with this guy. I got to come down on it. You've got a quarterback in this game with a bad knee. Your quarterback is not 100% healthy. We can all see it. He's got a bad knee. You just got your lead running back healthy. Your offensive line has shown signs of being able to run block, but not necessarily pass block over the last few weeks. And by the way, again, I think the pass protection today was marginal. It was workable. It was tolerable. So I'm not saying they were actually bad. What I'm saying is the game plan going into this game needs to be run the ball. And early in this game, when you ran the ball, it seemed to work fine. You had some success. Not elite success, but chain-moving success. And other than a very short period of time in the second quarter We were never down by more than one score. This was a 7-point game. This was a 3-point game. It was close on almost every Seahawks possession. We had one possession, or I guess technically 2 possessions in this game where we were down by multiple scores, and they were both in the second quarter. We were within a field goal at worst the entire second half. And we've got 14 designed running plays, one of which is a fake punt, and 46 dropbacks. What is this? What kind of football is this? And you guys know me. I think passing is the wave of the future. I think the best teams in the league do pass the ball a lot. But you don't have to. There's no rule that says you have to set your playbook on fire or half your playbook on fire and only throw the ball. And some of these passing plays he calls, it's like it's third down and medium. It's 3rd and 7. Everybody's going deep. 4 verts, basically. Well, not exactly 4 verts, but basically 4 verts. And it's like, are you going to have anything developing underneath? Are you going to run a flood route? Are you going to try to get somebody open underneath? Because that actually, there was one point in this game where that worked. You had the Charbonnet 3rd down conversion where he caught a check down after everything cleared out underneath, ran for the 1st down, and the drive stayed alive. What was wrong with that play? Apparently we didn't like it because I'm seeing over and over and over in this game. It's 3rd and medium, 3rd and long, but not super long. Everybody's just sprinting downfield. So that's my number one thing. That's one thing that I know going into this offseason. It's week 16. Ryan Grubb doesn't get it yet. I don't think he ever will. I think he's got to go. The game plan this week was just, it doesn't make any sense to me. But I say all that, and I don't even really think the offense was the main reason why we lost this game. To me, I needed better from my defense. I need better from the defense than to just let Sam Darnold mow down the field on the first drive of the game. Vikings get the ball. We defer after winning the coin toss, right? Which implies that we trust our defense to go get a stop, and they do what they've done for now 3 games in a row. They allow the opposing offense to drive down the field and put us in a 7-0 hole before our offense even touches the ball. No turnovers, right? I know we had a nice little streak of turnovers forced. We had, I think, 8 straight games with at least 1 turnover forced on defense. Not anymore. No turnovers against a good Vikings offense. Don't get me wrong. I'm not throwing shade at them. The Vikings are a very, very good team. Vikings are one of the best teams in football, which is why I'm not livid right now. But no turnovers, quarterback pressure, decent, sporadic. Some plays it's good, some plays nothing. I don't have anybody in particular individually to shout out defensively. I guess Leonard Williams played a pretty good game, right? I thought that the run defense, after some shaky early game moments, got away from them a little bit. Got into them a little bit, and they were a little bit better. Still wasn't great. Was hoping for a little bit better. And I just needed a little bit better from McDonald this week. I needed a little bit better from the pass rush this week. And it wasn't bad, but we needed a little bit better in this almost do or die game. And it didn't happen. So I don't understand how Trey Brown ends up one-on-one on Justin Jefferson on 3rd down in the red zone. I don't understand how Justin Jefferson's allowed to be defended 1-on-1 by our, at this point, 5th string cornerback, maybe 4th. Not even Artie Burns. Not even Artie Burns. Trey Brown, the guy who we put on ice 2 months ago because we don't think he's good. But now he's good enough to cover Justin Jefferson 1-on-1 in the red zone on 3rd down. And this is something that's happened a few times this year where our worst cornerback ends up in a 1-on-1 against their elite receiver. Makes me scratch my head. You got moments where the defense looks incredibly vanilla, as if Pete Carroll was the one calling it from the sideline this week. And again, I want to stress, they weren't necessarily bad. They did make some nice plays. They made some nice breakups. They did, hit Darnold a few times as he threw. And if we were, a little bit luckier, some of those balls would have bounced right to a Seahawks player, but no such luck this week. I don't know. It was just, to me, I was willing to take the good with the bad, but when we take that 4-point lead with 4 minutes left, and then the Vikings are in the end zone with like less than 30 seconds having coming off the clock, it's hard for me to really stand by them that much anymore. Obviously you had the Byron Murphy play. That was maybe the biggest play of this game. And I'm not in the mood to kill him. He's a 22-year-old, 21-year-old, whatever, rookie. He's got a lot to learn. Obviously, it's a very frustrating play, like a 25-yard swing. I feel like if he doesn't grab that face mask, we win this game for sure, but we'll never know now. And then the touchdown, a lot of people jumping down Reek Willen's throat, which maybe. I'm just trying to figure out what Julian Love's doing on that play. And again, like Metcalf, Julian Love is a veteran. Julian Love is a veteran. Why is he the one messing up this game? If Byron Murphy messes up the game, I'm going to get mad about it. But okay, it's a rookie. Okay, if Tyrese Knight was the one who messed up this game, okay, he's a rookie, a 4th-round rookie. I didn't even think he'd be able to play right now, but instead he's actually playing good. So if he messes up the game, okay. But why is it that Julian Love is letting Justin Jefferson beat him over the top when that's the only thing he has to worry about on that play? And Jason Myers, look, Jason Myers has had a really good year. I'm not here to act like this is his fault, but he had the wind on that kick and it was still 3 yards short. Like, I know this isn't in the nature of a football player to do, but just go to your coach and be like, hey, I can't make this. Because he clearly can't. He was 3 yards short with the wind working with him, supposedly. So, Stephen Hauschka did that once, and it resulted in the Seahawks winning the Super Bowl. So, you can go to your coach and just be like, hey, I don't got a 60-yard field goal in me right now. And I'm not saying we would have gotten it if we had gone for it on 4th down, but it seemed like we had a better chance than making a 60-yard field goal when our kicker clearly didn't have the leg for it. Maybe that would have been good from 56. Maybe. I think that's really about it. Just, they played hard. There were really good moments in this game. Yeah. Going wire to wire with the Minnesota Vikings is an accomplishment. Even the crowd was a little bit better today. Not where I want it to be, but better. I think they affected the game a little bit. But the mistakes, it's hard to get away from that as a fan. And it's hard to be forgiving of it when some of these mistakes are coming from your veteran players. And they're coming at the most crucial moments of the game. All right, so we'll talk about the playoff scenarios maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day. I don't know. It's just gutting because the team did play well enough to win. They hung right in there with Minnesota. They had a lead with 4 minutes to go. And then things just went that way. Still hoping for the best, but it's hard to be optimistic about anything right now. I have confidence we'll beat the Bears. I mean, I'm optimistic about that, but not optimistic about it mattering all that much. All right. I will stream later tonight. Not going to be a super long stream, but we'll stream a little bit. We'll say what needs to be said. And it'll be a little bit of an eulogy for this season, maybe. I don't mean to say that this is over. It's not, but I think it's also fair to prepare for the distinct possibility that that was it. So, I give it up to JSN. I think he played a really good game. I don't think he did anything wrong. It would have been an even better game if the referees actually remembered it's illegal to grab him and hit him before the ball gets there. So he's the one guy who I think just completely handled his work today. And, I'll give it up to other players, of course. Like I do think Geno Smith played a good game overall. The first interception sucks, but he did a lot of good things in this game. Maybe Charles Cross could probably find one or two other players, like maybe Leonard Williams, because they called a holding call on him that was complete garbage. Atrocious call. So I'll give him some love too. Michael Dixon, always Michael Dixon. But nice try, I guess. That's what I can say. While at the same time saying that, we got some work to do in the off season now, and we're not at the off season yet, but we will be. And even if we get the breaks that we need this week to stay in and get in, there's still a lot of work that needs to be done. All right. Thank you to BetUS for powering this video. I'll talk to you guys in stream tonight, but it hurts. But it hurts because they did play hard.